Hello, this is Phil Thomas from New Era Systems. I'm just going to make a short video today really for the benefit of one of my customers. He needs a low-powered C-band BUC and a modem to drive it so he can do a system check with the satellite operator. I know he's not familiar with the CDM570L, so I'm going to set up most of it in advance. I can't set up the final frequency because I don't know what the satellite operator is going to request, but I can go through some of the main points of this modem to make it easy for him to do it when he needs to. This is just a standard C-band BUC made by NJT5669. Output is standard C-band, and the local oscillator that I need to make a note of is 4.9 gigahertz. I'm going to set that local oscillator frequency into this modem to make it simple to choose the final RF frequencies instead of the L-band frequencies that are normally shown in these modems. Got some setup to do, so I'll be back in a couple of moments. I'm almost ready to go. I've connected a dummy load and cross-guide coupler to the back of that 5-watt BUC. And now I have to connect this N-type cable to the N-type connector on the BUC itself. And then I'll be ready to fire up the modem and begin the test. Here's the full cable set. I'm connecting from the BUC to the back of the modem, the transmit port of the modem. Here I'm connecting, this is the power head for the Agilent power meter, and on this other port of the cross-guide coupler I'm going straight to the spectrum analyzer. Even though this isn't a very precise test, I need to know a couple of things. Is it putting out 5 watts approximately? And is it on frequency? The on frequency is the most important part because the satellite operator is going to give my customer a frequency, and he has to hit that frequency for the satellite operator to be able to pass his equipment. Probably the cross-pole isolation on his antenna is the most important thing that the satellite operator is looking for. Now I'm going to bring up the modem and we'll go through a few steps on the modem. Takes about a minute to warm up, and then I'll be able to look at some of the opening sequences that I need to set in. Now the first step is to go to the configuration menu and check and see if the control of this modem is remote or if it's on local. It's on serial remote, and so I need to change it to local. This is the only way that I'm going to be able to make changes at this level. Okay, now I want to go to the ODU because don't forget this BUC needs 24 volt DC power, and it also needs 10 megahertz reference. So let's check and see if the power is, no, it's not on, so I'm going to put the 24 volt on. Now I'm going to go to the 10 megahertz reference. It is on, that's good. Now at local oscillator. The local oscillator is a very convenient way for me to calculate the RF output. Don't forget, this is an L-band modem and it outputs in L-band, not in RF. But by putting the local oscillator frequency in here, it just does the calculation for me. It's not necessary. I could certainly do it without, and I could just add the L-band frequency to the local oscillator frequency, and I would know what the C-band output is. But rather than do that, I'm just going to set this. I know that this particular BUC has a local oscillator frequency of 4.9. So in other words, 4900. There, that's done. I'm going to exit this menu, and I'm going to go to the transmit menu now and look at the frequency. Now, frequency is set over here, the frequency, and currently it's set at 5850, which is the bottom end of this range. But I've set up my power meter, my spectrum analyzer, to expect 6.125. 6.125 is in the middle of the frequency range. There, 1225 IF corresponds to 6125 on the C-band scale. Press enter and we're good to go. Now I'm going to look at the power setting before I do anything else. Okay, to start the test, I'm going to check the power setting. The power setting is at minus 40 dBm. That's the lowest power setting that is possible on this modem. Now I'm going to go to the on-off. I'm going to turn it on and watch what happens to the spectrum analyzer and the power meter. Okay, not a great deal. If you look at the power meter, it's not even up to 1 watt. It's 99 milliwatts, so it's getting there. But we can see on the spectrum analyzer that the frequency is right on target, and so that's a good thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to increase the power a little bit and see if we can get up easily to 5 watts. Even though I don't know that my client is going to need a full 5 watts just for an antenna check with the operator, at least it will give me the chance to test this particular modem and BUC combination. Okay, so I'm going to increase, this is quite a drastic step, I'm going to take it down to minus 30. You see the spectrum analyzer jump somewhat, and it's also moved up to 1.9 watts. So I'm going to make some more increases, this time not so drastically. I'm going to go to minus 27, see where that puts us. 2.24 watts, half the total output capacity of this BUC. Again, a little more. Minus 25. Go to 3.6. By the way, when I increase, you see the number, the negative number, go down, because this isn't a power setting, it's an attenuation setting. So I'm taking out attenuation when I increase the power. So negative 23, we're up to over 5 watts, 5.4. That's more than I need to go, so I'm going to back this off just a little. And 4.49. I could move up incrementally if I really was curious about this by going over to the point. Now I'm going to increase again, so it's going to bring this to 23.9. We've moved up 0.1, which is correct. Do it again. Now we should see from 4.4, we should see it going up to about 4.6 if we're still linear and everything is good with the BUC. There it is, 4.6. One more, and then I'm going to declare this combination working. Okay, 4.7. So we saw that it went over 5 watts. Everything is perfectly okay. For the purpose of this test, for our customer, I don't see that we need to do anything more. So I'm going to put it all in a box, send it out by UPS, and hope that the check of his antenna with its cross-pole isolation is okay for the satellite operator, and he will be allowed to begin transmission. Okay, that's it for today.